There we go. It's ThursdAGE, and you get to hang out with me, Disembodied Troy, as we do some quick community updates. I don't know if I have a full show today, but I want to begin by saying you can hear me, yeah? Huzzah, says Stormer. Good to see you, friend. We have got some stuff to talk about, not the least of which is we've got some streams coming up from some of our favorite, hey, Learn Music, good to see you, from some of our favorite streamers, powered by the Adventure Game Engine, which is really, what ThursdAGE is all about. A little conversation amongst ourselves about stuff that's happening, as well as, special guests at times. And we got some fun stuff planned as we move into the new year. But we're also doing some, hey, disembodied voice, good to see you. It's my cuz. Not really. I mean, truly, spiritually, my cousin. But let's talk about this real quick. Now, there is, getting my links up and going. A fella by the name of Ren, who comes and hangs out with us, has been on ThursdAGE several times. They're a fantastic guest, a leader within the community, the publisher in their own right through the Age Creators Alliance. And they did something very, very cool that I want to show. Now, where we're going to go is the Atomic Think Tank. And as many of you know, all of you, hopefully, AtomicThinkTank.com is the home, is sort of our community hub. It's got a little bit of something for everyone, and it's hopping. And so let's go there now. 1 second while I put the pieces together. All righty. And so this, what Ren's done is put together a Dragon Age TTRPG fanzine, which is just the coolest, and you will love it as soon as I show it to you. 1 moment. There we go. A little on the long side. You can see my monitors are massive, as are my tabs. Manifold. Let's see. Well, I think that's good. Let's do this. Can I make this a little larger? Sure. There we go. Ta-da! Look at this thing. It's beautiful. Tabletop role-playing game fanzine for Dragon Age. It goes into a lot of good stuff. It's the 2024 version. So it came out on yesterday, which was the 4th, which is Dragon Age Day. So belated Dragon Age Day to thee. We've got inside. We've got an introduction to the Dragon Age RPG published by us, powered by the Adventure Game Engine. A list of available Dragon Age books, which is mighty nice of Ren to publish that and share that information with folks who are looking. And we know that a lot of people just picked up the new Dragon Age through we had a big Dragon Age blowout sale over at Drive Through RPG. Our friends there helped us put together kind of a big deal. It kind of it was definitely well received. I'm hoping we've reached an era of time when people can stop asking or at least checking to say, do we really have a Dragon Age role-playing game for tabletop? Because we do. So, we'll walk you through steps to create your own characters, and then some stories from people and their favorite moments. I really love that. It's fantastic. I'm going to drop the link in chat. Yeah, I feel ya, ACAC. Their wish that we had more Dragon Age books. Understood. Absolutely. Now, if I open this up, what's going to happen? It's going to take me there? Yes. Yeah, look at this thing. Let's see. Just stay right there. Look at this thing. It's just jam-packed. Beautiful cover art, by the way. Fantastic cover art from our friend. Looks like, the cover template, Dean Spencer. Cover art on May. Nice, with links even, so you can go check them out. Some cartography from it looks like that Chi and PQ. My apologies for butchering that. And then, of course, I really appreciate that they included the man, Chris Pramus. And nice. This is just really, really well put together. And your word became all that might be. Goes into the basics. It's just really remarkable work. My thanks to you, Mon Frere Lebeau. Hence on the Twitch. Oh, good. Hey, Duke. Duke on the Go is watching over at Twitch. I like it whenever you can join us, regardless of platform. But always good to see you. Who else am I missing? Tempo's here too. Tempo, no fanzines for Blue Rose. That's a great question, and I really that's something that would be pretty cool. Now, here's the thing: this is a fanzine. It's just a work of art, a labor of love from fans. It's not official. We're not publishing it. It's not for sale. It's free. And you can get it at the link that I dropped in chat. Homebrew Crafts. This is great. Now, we did start a section of the think tank that includes kind of the home brewery. We're calling it the Skunk Works. And folks are kind of playing around in there. But I'd imagine you get some traction on a fanzine if you wanted to kind of play around and do something like that for Blue Rose. I'd love to see it. But you could, potentially, depending on how you frame it, you could have a fanzine for Blue Rose that is a part of the Age Creators Alliance. Let's talk about that. We'll have to see how that works. Yeah, absolutely phenomenal work. David Pollock, yeah, no fanzine yet. But you could do that. Oh yeah, Duke, you got to stop at McDee's, get a little sustenance on your out and about lifestyle. I love it. Let's see. Stormer. Then again, I'm still holding out for the relationship eventually getting us a Mass Effect age book. Yeah, that's clearly not the first time we've heard that. But I love it. This fanzine is really well done, as you would expect. It's got great stuff, and I'm partial. I mean, I love all of the content. There's stuff in here that you can play, but I really look at this. You got some maps. I mean, this is it's just top shelf work. But what I was going to say is you'll have to grab it to check out all of this content, of which there's plenty, but you're also going to want to read it because this is where it gets me, is there are stories inside that talk about people's love for Dragon Age and the experiences that they've had. And it's just very, very cool. I like it a great deal. I know you will as well. And certainly love to see more of that to come for all of our stuff. If you've got your favorite game powered by the Adventure Game Engine, you want to see some kind of a fanzine, get in there, do it. Let us know how we might be able to help, and we certainly will do so. Let's see. The next thing I want to bring up is, okay, so the 12th of December, that is Thursday, and we do a ThursdAGE, and we'll do the normal ThursdAGE, but we're going to do a late night ThursdAGE because I want to introduce to you a group you'll be familiar with, at least for those of you who are big fans of Merrick and his crew. They have done a long-standing Expanse or stream for the Expanse RPG, and now they branched out and they're doing a new endeavor. It is the Starfall Detective Agency. Now, Merrick got a sneak peek of the Techno Fantasy and is building on that to for this actual play live stream. Let me pull. I've got a QR code here in the corner. Starfall Detective Agency, which will take you to Merrick's page all about that. Merrick is very good at creating web spaces for all of the shows and the various things that they put together, and it's going to be fantastic. They also did a session 0. I'm looking for, where did I put that? Too many tabs. They've got it. So they did their session 0. I think they did it in August, and ever prepared. They are getting ready to launch, but we're going to bring them on, and we're going to have the cast on, as many that can attend, on the 15th at 7 p.m. That reminds me that we've got a calendar, and I want to make sure everybody knows about it. The calendar is it's the broadcast calendar for ThursdAGE, and I will provide that link here momentarily. Where did I put it? The idea, it's just basically a shareable calendar, so you can follow up on kind of what it is that we're doing. And the other thing I want to share with folks is, if you are somebody who has got a plan or project, or you're working on something, or you're about ready to publish something to the Age Creators Alliance, ThursdAGE is the place for you to come hang out. All you got to do is let me know, and then I'm able to pull some strings. It's easy. It's just as easy as saying, come on and join me. Here is the link to the calendar. And click on that and tell me if you run into any probs. Stormer asks, are y'all accepting submissions for Engine? I know Prema shared an email for that a while back, which could be a good home for articles if you don't have enough for a full fanzine. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And there is room. And that is pretty darn exciting. Updates for the 5th season, I don't have any handy, but I know that there's some news on the horizon, good news. And we'll definitely keep you posted on that as we learn more. I'm not as close to development on that as I would like to be, and I can ask some questions and poke around a bit. And ACAC, I'm going to make sure to tell the team, they'll of course know this, but it's always nice to remind them that, people do love the Dragon Age RPG, and new books would be great. That is always, great information to share with folks who, are kind of hanging out and dealing with sort of the admin side of that stuff. But so make sure that you can click that link. And if can someone tell me if you run into any trouble with that? And I will also, maybe what I'll do is create a quick QR code, so that if sometimes links aren't clickable and it's kind of a pain in the butt, but I want to make sure you all can subscribe to that, and I will change, or any changes that end up happening will happen on that calendar, so you'll be notified if something new happens. And I will add all of the ThursdAGE related or age related stuff to that calendar as well, just to kind of keep everybody apprised of our progress. Downloading a QR calendar or QR code right now. Starfall Detective Agency update on the 12th. That's going to be at 7 p.m. here on, in all the places where you will find us. My preference, of course, is just me, YouTube, primarily because I just don't do Facebook a lot, and Twitch is not always been my place of choice. That being said, we broadcast there. That leads me to my next update for everybody. We are going to be moving our operations for streaming over to Moonbeam. And I don't know how folks have, hey, Shadowcat. Oh, yeah, Shadowcat says, I hope you all had a fantastic Thanksgiving. Me too. And Modern Age Powers, I don't have an update. And I, always feel free to push me. That's quite literally my job. And it's nice to know if folks are looking for answers on a particular subject or topic. Modern Age Powers, I don't have an update right now, but I know that there's good news to come, and I will ping our buddy Malcolm on that, get a sense of where we're at. But about Moonbeam, I am really excited. I believe that we are scheduled to begin our Moonbeam journey this coming Friday, so tomorrow. And what that means is that we will be utilizing the setup uh, to broadcast all of our programs. Now we're going to probably I don't want to get too nerdy about it, but what we'll probably end up doing is because for those in the know, we used StreamYard. We'll be ceasing uh, StreamYard using that at all here in the future, and we're going to go back to Restream, but we're going to be using Restream as just the place to kind of split the stream out. And yeah, the Druidcast Moonbeam. Very, very excited about what's going on with Moonbeam. It is really a platform developed for the TTRPG player and enthusiast and professional. And it's just got the way that they've set up and they're building community is just speaks to my spirit. The experience largely won't be much different for you all. And I'm, like these things can be, all kinds of excitement, and the energy kind of a new space, but it also means there could be some bugs and some small, things that we could get tangled up in just given the bleeding, edge of technology and all of that. But for me, it's worth it to help a new project, come to fruition. We're going to be really active in helping make the whole streaming community a great place and supporting the developers, of course. So more on that to come. So if you see, some bumps or blips in the future, we'll keep everybody apprised of our progress and make sure everybody knows kind of where things are going. But for me, I want to be on there just as soon as possible to shed StreamYard. I've loved it, working with them for a long time. The leadership changed. They actually sold the company, but then the new owners got rid of the old ownership and kind of did a purge and then raised their price like 3 times the cost. And so it's just it's a great platform. It's not that great, not 3 times the price. Great for sure. And so we decided invested in the backer kit and that Moonbeam RAM, and we will be embracing that platform full force. The thing that's exciting about it is some of the things is that the way that they break down they have like a gems kind of economy where you buy some and then you send them to your favorite streamers and what have you. We're going to be participating in that, but we're going to do it so that basically they've set up a system that you can reward your moderators and people who are engaged in the community with those credits, which means, for folks who help us out in that regard, you'll get a little kickback. I don't know what the exchange rate is, but we'll make that really clear as we sort of learn and know more. And that gives us a lot of opportunity to say thanks to folks who put in that extra bit of community leadership, which, until now we've only really been able to say thanks. But we would like to be able to say thank you with a buck or two if that system pans out. So more on that to come, more as we understand more. And we hope to see everybody, within our, voice, within the range of our voice to join us and play around and have some fun over on that side of things. So you, of course, will be invited to check out the platform once we're launching. So we're going to be a part of the beta. And I don't know if that means we'll be able to swap right away and jump over to Moonbeam and just start broadcasting right away, or if there's some setup and some other things that we might need to unpack. But we'll keep, as I said, everybody updated. And it's an exciting time, and I'm excited about it. Let's see. What are we saying in chat? Starship Troopers. Oh yeah, love that. Yeah. As long as there's always gravy, David. There will always be gravy. Speaking of which, I just ate the last of my Thanksgiving leftovers, and we had an outrageous gravy this year. And I hope everybody had a wonderful time, whether you celebrated or not. We are certainly thankful for you and really are glad that you're here. Let's see. Yeah, the mods are fantastic. And that is it's what's interesting is our community for its size does not have a lot of we don't have a lot of moderation issues. I say that now, knock on where's some wood. Um, but it is we just got a phenomenal community. Speaking of which, the Atomic Think Tank as a community is growing. We're adding new people every day, and we're getting to a point where we're going to kick open the doors a little bit wider. Right now, it's I can say we've kind of been in maybe a beta phase. I mean, in truth, things are moving along at a real nice clip. This couple of new things that we're introducing to the think tank is, and we'll be doing that right here on the show live, is we're adding a space for people to add errata. So if you come across something that some error in the writing, now if you have already submitted errata in the past, the form will look very familiar to you. 1 second while I get that up. Well, it looks like it is already, so hopefully this is visible. Let me get it on screen. Here it is. One moment. There we go. Yeah, so errata submissions go here. Very simple stuff. We'll update it to make it a little bit more enticing and inviting. But of course, there's my email address. You, of course, are welcome to email me at any point in time. I'm easily connected with across the internet. So if you especially want to get a hold of me right away, you can jump into the Atomic Think Tank on Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Pacific, because that's when I do office hours. What is office hours? It's where I just hang out and you get to hang out with me while I do some stuff in the background, or, generally speaking, it's a grab bag of awesome conversation with awesome people, and it's a lot of fun. That is Wednesdays starting at 4 p.m. Pacific. Just jump on in. Now, it will once in a while be waylaid by, for instance, yesterday we did our stream for The Expanse for the winner of the game jam over at the Expanse fan community. And we did this stream. It was a quick one, but it was fun. And we had a really good time. So I had to jump in real fast, talk with some folks and say hi, and then jump back out and go live. But yeah, so here's the errata submission form. It's sharing with me that it is visible. I'm hoping that it is. Are you guys able, when you head over to the think tank, is anybody over there right now? Paul, maybe you are, or let me check our comments real quick. So I don't mean to ignore you. Let's see here. Lots of comments. Erotica. That's a little different. No, this is not your erotica submission form. Let's see. We're trying to be ignored. Ay. You people. No, David. No, none of this. I encourage everyone to ignore chat if you're watching this on demand. Stan. Funny. Let's see. I still can't get a game of The Expanse. Still can't get a game. You can't get one, like to catch it or to play it, or you have to let me know. Stormer says, I was actually going to ask about ATT a bit. Is there a good place there to push out material for playtesting among the ACA community? I don't get to spend as much time there as I'd like. Yeah, there's a really good place. There's a really good place for that. Depending on what it is, there is. I mean, if you're running something for a specific, hey, Paul. Oh no, Paul says, "Sorry, man, on the road, stopped at a chemical spill, but don't have access to my laptop." Okay, well, enjoy the chemical spill. Don't touch it, or try to find it. Don't I don't know, contend with any spiders or whatever that might be near it, or all that good stuff to play it. I see. Shadowcat, we should remedy that. We should do we should run a expanse game, and you can join us and we can play it. But yeah, so Stormer, if you are looking to not seeing your right of submissions, okay, I'm going to find out why you are not. Let me stop sharing for just one moment. Um, but yeah, there's another thing I want to talk about here in a moment, um, that has to do with uh, the age. What am I calling it? It's our insider program for the Adventure Game Engine. I'm really, really excited about that, and I'm looking forward to running that. But as part of that, I'm not saying that we need to, that you need a membership to be able to run a game with us. But I think that introducing those programs, when we first kick it off, there'll be 3 months for folks who backed the Expanse Transport Union Edition. They get their 3 months starts then, and I'm working on getting all the pieces of that puzzle put together before Christmas so that we can have some fun over the holidays when you've got a little time, a little break, a little what have you. Privacy and access. I'm looking at this now. Oh, I see. There we go. All right. So what you're going to want to do is at the Atomic Think Tank, you're going to head to the where it says Start Here. Right there. And then in that group and that collection, at the very last item is the errata submissions portal. So there you go. It makes a wonderful dessert topping. Yeah, I don't. Well, it depends on the chemical, I suppose. But yeah, it really does sound like an origin story. Um, yeah, so here it is, and you'll be able to submit your findings. People have used this form quite a bit, but I'm excited to be able to kind of bring that to the forefront, let people dive in and share what they see or know. And I know that there are some folks out there who kind of keep their own list of stuff going on, things that they found. We want all of that, so make sure you submit it. It's really not that difficult. One of the things that I had to do, and I do apologize, originally I had asked for screenshots so that you can submit them, but Google made a change so that if we're sharing it outside of our organization, it doesn't let you upload images. I don't know why. They must have had some kind of a security issue, or it must have been utilized for nefarious purposes, because they turned off the ability to collect images from people that aren't a part of your organization, if that makes sense. It doesn't make sense to me, but yeah, so we'll have to use all of your words, of which I know that each of you come equipped with many words, because I get to read them on the regular. But yeah, this is the official place for it. It will be the only place for it. So if you have been submitting your findings through support, or you've been sending emails to folks, stop all that, and let's all pump it through this, and it gets sent to the development team. They'll take a look at it. I know that it can be tempting to want to be able to kind of get updates on that stuff. We will endeavor, because we collect your email, we'll endeavor to keep you apprised with a note to you when it happens. If we have any questions or follow-ups, or if we're making a shift or an adjustment based on your findings. But that it could take a minute or two. And so yeah, and if you ever need to find out, like let's say you're worried or you're particularly concerned about a change or a reaction to a suggestion that you've made, reach out to me, and I'll look and poke around and find you the answer you need. So yeah, let's see. Paul says, would Community Skunkworks be an appropriate location for Stormer's playtesting idea? I think so. I really do. I really think that that sounds to me like the right spot for it. And let me know. Okay, good. Swan, so you can see the errata page, the errata channel. Give me a yay or a nay. Every holiday I look forward to the homebrew, what have you, says Stan. Yeah, me too. And I'm really excited about just, the Community Skunkworks space is really meant for all the weird stuff. It's meant to, get creative. We've got the homebrew home base. These names may change. I really kind of pulled them out of my creative place. Then you have homebrew ad hominem, which is the idea of getting in there and interrogating the concept. Of course, we don't encourage ad hominem attacks, but if you're interrogating an idea, a concept, and then the Encyclopedia Homebrewica, which is the space for articles and approaches and methodologies and philosophies, that kind of stuff. And so this is where we'll be, wanting to see folks who who got some thoughts on proven practices and all of that good stuff. Errata is online. Excellent. Check that out then. And yeah, let me know if you run into any trouble, and or if you've been, if you're particularly keen to see where your submission sits. But so the process goes like this: you file, you update, provide some background on the thing that you found, and then it populates to a spreadsheet that is then I've got it to auto notify developers. Regardless, all the developers get a ping, whether it's for Age or Means to Masterminds or what have you, and then they discuss it at their design meetings, which happen weekly. So that doesn't necessarily mean that you'll get a response to something right away, but generally speaking, we like to keep people apprised of the progress as we move through the process. Yeah. But yeah, so as far as the Skunkworks go, it's just a great spot for people to have some conversations. Now, is this all hidden? No, it isn't all hidden, is it? We're going to make sure that it isn't. It might be. Okay. I'm going to take this off, and then I'm going to make sure that all this stuff is visible because it ought to be. All right, good. That at least the homebrew home base has been up. Great conversations going on in the ad hominem discussion. You've got Paul Shaw, who is I'm imagining right now developing his villain origin story by rolling around in a chemical spill. Has submitted a great thing to the homebrew ad hominem, which is a monk, a mix between an envoy and a warrior that builds chi and uses it like fortune. Very cool. Paul's got his understanding of the Age, the adventure game engine is superb, especially given that he's been running a live stream, the Rando stream, for some time now, where they use the Age system to create some pretty fun extemporaneous experiences. Hence the name the Rando stream. Let's see. Privacy and access for this is public. Okay, great. So this should all be public, and I encourage everybody to check it out. Let me know if you think we need something different or new. Homepage. Okay, so I'm just gonna let you all see me edit this. I think that for the homebrew home base, we need a chat, and we'll just leave it as chat for now. I don't think we want to do anything special for role naming. I think we will do. We got a page already. Should we do? Yeah, I'm going to put an events calendar in there too. So like that, let me hit save. And now we've got a robust community hub all about homebrew. And, and this doesn't just apply to age games. If you can have something that you're doing for funsies around Mutants and Masterminds, um, which is, that community is always bumping. A lot of things going on there. Let me see. Yeah, and then we've got, of course, the breakdown of all of our games that run on the Adventure Game Engine. Do I have the ThursdAGE page? I don't believe it's live yet, but the ThursdAGE page will have all kinds of good stuff, events and things that we're doing, as well as just a breakdown of shows and stuff. We've done so many of these, I've lost count, and I'd love to go back and count them all. One of the things that we're trying to do with ThursdAGE is make it more of a variety show for people to showcase, all the great things that are going on with Age. But primarily, it's a community update. It's an opportunity to hit up the developers when they join us, and if you've got questions or ideas or things you'd like us to do. Thanks, Nate. Thanks for stopping by, friend. Always good to see you. Let's see. I don't actually see. Hi, Derek. I forgot that messages pop up. When you said I see how to do it in home base, I don't actually see the ability. Erotica, that's right. How do you actually post a document to Homebrewica? Okay, let me get into Homebrewica because I might have not made it so that, yeah, I haven't really done that. Let me do this. I'm going to, let's see, the page is, that's why. Here's the page. Okay, so now that I have the page turned on, what that means is that you can submit articles to the page. And so basically you would go here to the page and you would click create, and you could put, let's see, part or poll. That's not what I want. Is it the Homebrew Library? Yeah, that's what it is. So in the Homebrew Library, you should be able to create a part or a poll. Why is this? Okay, added a new part. Hooray! That's not giving me the information that I need. Let's see, page. Let's see, content. Let me go to. Sorry that I'm doing this live. But that's the way we do it. We'll do it live. Okay, so table of contents is open. Whoops. Featured section. Highlighted hashtags is an interesting feature in that, if you're submitting an article, you'd want to hashtag the subject matter, the kind of the theme, and we'll create a page where folks can click on those and then and be shunted to the articles that talk about that. Let's see here. Go back to the page and highlight hashtags. We'll turn that on. And for the page itself, I'm going to turn those on. Comments are on. Let me save all that stuff. I hear you, Shadowcat. Well, that can create quite a some complexity to your life. Having, as someone who had to change meds myself, or moved off of one, and it can definitely be a disarming, not disarming, but destructive situation. But I do not believe this is your fault. I think it is mine. Content, powerful text formatting tools to add to the content of the page. I don't know if I want to see here. I'm just going to test, and we're going to see what happens. I do believe it's just okay, yeah. So from here, as I'm understanding it, so if we go to Encyclopedia Homebrewica, and we do create themes part poll. What I'm looking for is the article creation, and I'm not seeing that. Huh. What am I done? Updated now. There's a test. And that's more of a discussion. What have I done here? Okay. Table of contents. That's up. We don't want a custom name. I'm going to mess around with this. Okay, yeah. So here we go. So an article for uses like your instructors added a section, an article, plural name, articles, your article. So a poll. Okay. I like the thumbnail view personally. Expand the articles, content preview on. We'll ignore that. So when you head over to the Encyclopedia Homebrewica, which needs a new name, honestly, I was just being a goofball. I wonder if I can't see that because I am an admin. That strikes me as, hey, there's a new parts, but what do I do when I want to create an article? So this is pretty straightforward. You can create an event, which would be a great place for folks, as we were talking about earlier, Stormer, if you want to. Are you okay? Good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I know that it's not for everyone, but if you're an age nerd and you want to kind of check out, how things happen, this is the time to do it. And I'm gonna change this real quick. And privacy and access. It's public. All right. Well, now everybody's a member, whether they wanted to be or not. It's easy to opt out, and it's the space can be a little noisy if you're involved in a lot of different places, and there's some ways to throttle that, and you'll have to check your account settings to see that. But all right, thank you. What I do, I do want to see. Click on No Real Companion website. Yeah, but when in doubt, and you got an idea and it sort of is outside of the norm, this is the place to share it. Okay. And I like to go through and as I see, for instance, if you look at the Powered by Age section, we've got in the Dragon Age Commons, if you check out updates, or is it feed? It's feed, I believe. There we go. So I can tag something as featured so that everyone can see it. I've done that here, and I've also made it featured in the for everybody in the entire tank, because I just think what they did here is phenomenal, and I want everybody to enjoy it. But yeah, so clearly we got some opportunities to grow here in this space, and it is meant to be a place for folks to ask for feature sets and to see stuff that we're building or stuff that the community is building for fun, whatever that may be. Now it is just as a caveat, this is not if you're looking to pitch an idea or have us contact an IP owner that you really like, that's not what this is. This is a place for the community to have fun, for you to operate relatively unfettered by the same. Oh, I just rolled a 20. Sorry, I was moving my dice out of the way and rolled a nat 20. But this space is really just meant to be experimental, and for the community to connect with the community, because we're not going to come in and say you can't do this. We're not going to pay a whole heck of a lot of attention outside of, we'll be checking it out, and of course I will too, for content and all that kind of good stuff, but also just to see what people are doing and if there's some fun stuff. But yeah, it's your space, and so if there's something in here, if there's, if the name isn't clear, or if there's something that we can do to make the space more usable, let us know. Let me know. You can either PM me here, or you can send a note to let's play at greenornine.com, and or you can actually just post to the chat and tag me in it, and we can have a public discussion. Really, however you slice it, you will be able to get a hold of me. Let's see. Yeah, Swan May mentions that the M&M folks, they are quite busy. Lots of great stuff going on there, and it's a lively crew. I don't know. I think it might be, the spandex, but this is just today. Lots of stuff going on, and of course, if you're an M&M fan, you're going to want to. I mean, it's an incredible resource. We've got some incredible people who are helping out in that space. Not the least of which, Devious Hearts, and of course, Paul, who's in chat, is always engaged and doing some amazing, wonderful, creative stuff. And I like that Paul's hanging out over here in the ThursdAGE part of the ThursdAGE stage, because the man is a creative powerhouse, a juggernaut, if you will. And it's nice to see him over this way. Okay, so nice, Duke. You made it just in time for me to say, and I think that's about it, friends. That's a lot of great stuff happening. M&M chocolate, that's right. There is, we've got some good, fun stuff coming for the holidays that I hope to get ready a little earlier. That did not quite pan out, but some fun things coming your way. Really based on some of the feedback and engagement and interaction. Maybe even a couple, I don't know, holiday gifts for the community. Did someone say adventure gravy engine? What? Oh, I love my job. It's so fun. But next, let me see. We're looking at let me look at the calendar real quick. That'll be next ThursdAGE evening time, 7 p.m. Pacific. We'll have the Starfall Detective Agency cast on, headed up by GM Merrick. Really looking forward to that. Adore that whole crew to pieces. They are a very cool group. Of course, Merrick is as cool as they come, and it's just such a great GM to watch. Truly, he has it down to an art form. Absolute delight. And so I encourage you to come back and check that out. Of course, we'll be doing an earlier ThursdAGE, during the normal time, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. And we've got some actual play scheduled in the future that'll include the crew, some Green Ornine team folks across, many of the titles. But, here's a call for folks. If you want to participate in live stream and actual play, and you think you've got an idea, you want to share it, if you've got some plans for, you want to, I don't know, whatever it might be, if it has something to do with the adventure game engine and you want to stream it, reach out, let me know. If you're doing something on your own and you just want to let the world know, I'm happy to amplify. I'm happy to send to support you with some prizing, so you can reward your viewers with some good age stuff. In addition to, if you need, like, let's say you're running a stream and you want a special guest, you want a cameo appearance by a developer, we can arrange that as well. We have a lot of fun with it, and we always appreciate it when people ask, and love to support streamers to the best of our ability. So do not hesitate to reach out, and if at first you don't succeed, reach out again. There are a lot of things going on. Sometimes a message is easily lost in the flood of messages, but we are, really looking forward to connecting with more people, especially in the new year. And I think that might actually be it. Let's see. I'm as fast as a solo step parent with a day job can do. I feel that, friend. Let's see. Urban fantasy may be a work in progress for the ACA. Details to hopefully follow early next year. Okay, fantastic. I'm looking forward to seeing that, Stormer. Yes. Paul mentions I'd love to see some genre smooshing in Age, mash together modern Age and fantasy Age to get urban fantasy or fantasy and Cthulhu to get pulp weird tales. Sure. I mean, honestly, we've said it a million times, but boy, I just feel like the depth and sort of landscape that Blue Rose offers is a really compelling backdrop for Cthulhu Awakens stuff. There's all of the lore that supports some kind of incursion from cosmic horror. I think is that space is just really pretty well suited for the blend, if you ask me. David Bullock says, I have some space opera plans. In space, no one can hear you sing. Let's see. Yeah, Timbo says, I'm more of an Age fan, but Eminem is still good for adapting different genres. Yeah. Yeah, the whole thing is great. But folks, as they mentioned, if something gets a little, oh yeah, Blue Rose, Expanse, Interstellar, Cosmic. Yeah, absolutely. Right. Paul says sinister courtly intrigue. The mind boggles. It does indeed. Hey, Jay Gray. We have all been great. And I hope you've been great as well. Okay. Well, so I think that puts a pin in that. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Thanks for all your contributions and for your support. Much appreciation. Very much looking forward to the holiday season. We're going to be doing some fun holiday events. Let me see if I've got it up. I might not. I'm going to be publishing our December calendar so everyone can look and see at a glance all the great things that we've got planned. But do me a favor, would you? In the here we go. Look at that festive calendar of many things. This one's got a little bit more of a Mumamo bent, but and you'll see sort of the red bits in there where we talk about where it shows the little shield. That's for the Cape and Cowl Club. This, of course, will change. The December calendar will change once we roll out the Age Insiders, and then anything else that we've got in here. Like, we want to make sure that we're showing the streams that are happening and all that kind of good stuff. But as you can see, we're jam-packed. There's a lot going on in December, and it's just the way we like it. And so if you want to add to that calendar, you want to share some thoughts, do reach out and let us know. And I think that's about it. Let me check the chat for any last questions. The Musts and the Moss have invaded ThursdAGE. Nice. Let's see. Yeah, Stormer, thank you for hanging out. You're awesome. You are a grade A ThursdAgent. I appreciate all of you. And don't forget to reach out if you got questions or ideas or brainstorm. And stay tuned for more of the Age Insider program. It's going to be fun, and it's going to be cheap. It'll be inexpensive, but the quality of the programming, anything but cheap. Thank you, friends. Well, Malcolm is a frequent guest on ThursdAGE, one of our favorites. But you know what I'm trying to get Malcolm to do? Don't tell him. But I want him to do a kind of a salon kind of event on the think tank where he can hang out and, Malcolm, be Malcolm, and talk about game dev and really just have an opportunity to go wherever that big brain wanders. It's certainly a joy. You may want to check Swan May in chat. No, you do. You have access to the space admin in the home brew space, Swan May, because I made it that way. Not everybody does have access, but you do. So Is that what we're talking about? The fact that Swan May has admin access? Swan May was added as an admin because they were voluntold to get involved. It's really Swan May's fault that we put that whole thing together. Yeah, so you do. Not everybody, but you do. So that's okay. But if you've got questions, Swan May, or if it scares you, or if you need a little insight, reach out and let's talk about it, because it just allows you a little more room to kind of grow and change the space. No, just you. Yeah. Yeah, try not to break stuff, but yeah, I've always appreciated your contributions and the discussions that we've had, especially around the homebrew stuff. And so, you inherited an admin gig, because that's the way we do it here. Okay. With that, I think we are done. Any other questions? I'll give you do the thing. That's right. I do think that another ThursdAGE in the bag. Thank you, friends, for hanging out and listening. Much appreciated. You are all just the best, just the very best ThursdAGents that one can hope to ever hang out with. Yeah, so with that, goodbye.